Today, we are going to be talking about things you should do before the next update does indeed come out. The next update, if you looked on the Discord, actually does release next week. It was announced yesterday that it would be a Halloween update next week. I'm pretty hyped for that. And when comes Halloween, comes skins. Of course, you can't have a Halloween update without skins. We haven't had any skins in a while. So I would advise you to buy these capsules while you can, because I'm sure these are going to disappear. Because this did say earn jewels to buy exclusive limited time items. Now, the jewel currency, I don't know if that's staying or we're getting a new one, but I would advise you to try to buy as many of those as you can and try to get the exclusive units before the thing is gone. And also, what I would do is try to do Infinity Castle. Infinity Castle is a good chance that Infinity Castle is going to join its season 2, and then we're probably going to get the 10 gen unit out of this Soundstar capsule. Now, if you don't know how to get the Soundstar capsule by now, you can go into the room here, and then you talk to this person, and then it'll show you at room 100 you do get a sound sealed star thing. I still have to actually work on it myself because I'm only at room 25, so I need to work on that myself and get some more gems. That's also another thing. Get more gems. Definitely gonna get more gems because we're gonna get a new map, new Halloween update. This next update's gonna be really big. Save your gems, get ready for the next update. Unless you don't have like Yuta or Gojo, I'd advise just getting them too. If anything, I wouldn't go for anything crazy unless you do want to get Secret Nanami. He's actually really good. But besides that, saving gems is pretty common sense, to be honest. Next thing, you probably want to get Getsu from the dungeon. Now, I don't think the dungeon's going to disappear this update. But, because on the last update, they did the new update and kept the dungeon in for like another week. And then they got rid of it. So I wouldn't worry about that right away. But just in case, try to go for the unit as well. Also, as being smart, do challenges for starfruits, of course. Farm starfruits. You're probably going to need at least some starfruits for one character in the update because Getsu needed one. But yeah, collect starfruits. As you can see, I got quite a bit gathered up here. I do need to farm more pinks and reds. But yeah, that will be improved for crafting the items needed to evolve a character. Also, make sure your units are leveled up now because there's a chance that your units will be able to go above level 100, as you can see. We are all capped out at 100. There's a chance we can go to 110 because they have been raising the cap for the units every update, except for this one. They kept them at 100 this update. But also keep in mind, we still have this question mark door right here that still hasn't been used. And I'm thinking maybe this update that this door will actually be used within the update for the game. Now, this is only for like the better players for the game, but if you really want to try getting leaderboards before this update happens, you could potentially get a leaderboard unit before the game ends. But these leaderboards are actually quite high, and you need a really good team to actually make it this far. So I wouldn't advise this too much, but I'm just trying to tell you everything that you could potentially do before this update does indeed come out. Now, there's no current sneak peeks or anything. We were only told that this update was going to release next week. We don't know what it means by next week because it was yesterday, which was actually a Monday. So we don't know if this update's gonna release on Monday, Saturday, Sunday. We don't exactly know what day it's going to be released, but we do know it's going to be released within that time span. So I'd say from 5 to 7 days, we'd probably have to wait for the update to be released. I'm super excited for this update, super excited for these units. I just can't wait to see what's in store next. Now also, now that I think about it, since this is actually a Halloween update, we are potentially going to get a Halloween raid. Maybe a limited raid, maybe a raid that's actually going to stay in the game. But we might actually get a new raid this update, which is pretty cool. Even for part 2, we could potentially get a brand new raid. That is also pretty exciting because raid is actually pretty fun to do sometimes. You get a bunch of different variety of raids. And yeah, in dungeon as well, there's just so many opportunities. Since it's a Halloween update, we can't really expect anything crazy, you know. Well, we can't expect everything crazy, but we can't expect like anything at this point. I can't speculate what could it be. Like it could be an anime plus Halloween. Like it could be like, you see, it could be like Black Clover and maybe with some Halloween skins. Like we really don't know anything about what's going to be coming out within this following update. But all I know is that I'm extremely hyped up for it, and I just can't wait. Also, another thing about the sealed star. Now, we all know that this is probably going to be Tengen. I didn't get it yet, obviously. I was trying to go to my inventory to see if I actually had it for some reason. But with Tengen, I'm going to theorize that he will actually be a bleed or stun unit. Now, you see, why do I say stun? It's because his sound breathing's like a lot of explosions, a lot of flashiness. It might be a stun, but likely more of the fact to be bleed, since he does use sharp blade weapons. Of course, it's Demon Slayer. So I do think I actually theorize that Tengen will actually be a bleed unit. I do think he's actually going to be really good, since they gave you a lot of time to actually get this capsule. He's definitely going to be limited, of course, because it's going to disappear after some time. But yeah, I do think Tengen's going to be limited, and I do think he's going to be a bleed unit, and I do think he's actually going to be really good. I'm actually looking forward to getting this. I'm going to make sure I'm going to farm it up. I'm going to make sure I do actually get Tengen to show up to you guys. I'm going to make sure I'm going to see if I can get a good trade on him, maybe unique, divine, depending on how many you can place. But overall, that is really all you really need to do to prepare, level up your units, get gems, get the sound capsule, get Nanami, farm for Gojo Eyes just in case for some reason. But yeah, that's really all you really need to do to prepare for this next update. Just get gems, farm for the Sealed Star, get the limited unit, Ghetto, and yeah. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm Magnum, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.